Well, hello, my fellow caramellers. How are you doing today? I was just about to do something here at the bench, and I thought, you know what? I should turn the camera on and have you guys watch me do it, because I got to be honest with you. What I'm about to do, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing, because this could turn out, or this could be an ultimate frickin' disaster, and we'll get a good laugh. Let me tell you what's about to happen. First of all, I'm over at Andy's hobby headquarters, and I hope I'm not wrong, but I'm going to give him the credit. If not, I could be corrected down in the comments below. But I was having a discussion with Chuck from Chuck's Hobby Spot. I had seen on the Facebooks that some guys have been using this stuff called Sprue Goo. And I was over at Andy's kind of seeing if he had it, and he didn't. And, this Sprue Goo idea, I've kind of heard it before. Years ago, there was this thing called micro balloons. How you mix it with glues and, whatever. But the thing is that you use it for puttying, because quite honestly, you know what? The putty that I like to use, the body filler, is expensive. You have to buy it in large quantities, and it never stays good, and I end up throwing it away and only using a little bit for the amount of money I spend. And it's hard to find. And so for cheap and easy, I've been using this red glazing spot putty. Now, me personally, I know there's a lot of guys that like it. Sorry, Mark, there over at Hobby Dude 007. I hate this stuff. Not going to use it. If I can avoid it. So I saw these guys using the Sprue Glue to kind of fill in seams and stuff. And the way I figure is Sprue Glue, it's basically, styrene that's all softened up, and you put it in. So when you're sanding, you're basically, and it fuses to the kit styrene. So you'll be sanding styrene, and theoretically, you should get a really good, fill. I was saying to Chuck, I was going, I'm looking through this. He says, you can make this stuff. And it's like, yeah, I probably could. I like my gap filling CA glues. I'm sorry there. I love this stuff. And lots of times that does some really good. I'll use this to fill. It does a really good job filling seams. But when it sets up, it's harder than the plastic. So you could get some uneven sanding going on. So I got this idea that, I really like, extra thin. I was told to use extra thin Tamiya. I really like this stuff. This stuff fuses the plastic together instead of glue it together like CA glues. I am really a big fan of the quick setting. A lot of guys don't like this quick setting, but I'm impatient. I'm a very impatient model builder, so I love this stuff. They prefer the extra thin. And you can see I got an empty bottle here to mix them up. And I was originally going to use the extra thin, but I was thinking, you know what? As far as having a putty or something, I wanted to stay malleable. Is that a cool word? For as long as I can. So I figured I'll use this. I just got a little left in there. I think I'll just use this bottle, because I'll go buy another bottle. I don't use the regular extra thin very much anymore. I mostly use quick setting. So I think I'll sacrifice what I got left, and I can get some more later on, I'm sure. Right now, Andy's out of it, and it's hard to get the shipments in, but I think he just got a big truck. You saw a video about that. So, hey, why don't we go for it? Ooh, boy, this stuff is strong. So I am going to take this, and I have got some old sprue, and I'm going to chop it up, and we're going to not use that piece because it went flying, and hopefully we will get enough pieces that stay with us. They all want to fly up. That one goes flying. How about if I do it like this? That'd probably be the smarter thing. Then I can save this garbage. So anyways, I'm really not sure how much I put in, if I'm going to put too much in or not, but let's go ahead and just throw it all in there. And, we'll let it sit in there and goo the heck up. I think I don't know. Let's see. I'm making my own Sprue glue. That's what we do here on the channel that didn't rhyme. I thought that was something that went flying. Anyways, so we got some sprue in there. You know, let's do this. I'm going to put the cap on, keep it safe. I'm going to peel this off because this is no longer, maybe I was thinking of it. That would have been a nice thing to get that off so I can really see in the bottle. And I tell you what, we're going to let this stuff sit. We might have to put more into it, and I'm going to try to get at least one side cleared off, and we'll be right back. Why don't we have a station identification? What the heck, right? Here we go.
You're watching the Luka Cee channel on YouTube.
Okay, so I got myself a little clear right there, and I'm kind of taking a metal utensil here, and I can feel the stuff getting a little sticky and gooey. This might take some time, but I'm just it was stuck to the bottom there, and I did move it around. I'm kind of doing that, and I'm getting a little bit. You can see right there some goo showing up. It's getting let's get this put away. It is getting a bit murky in there. I'm going to throw this on here, and we are getting some murkiness going. So it's gooing up pretty good in there. Look at that, very gooey. There, look at that. I might have to put even a little bit more in there, but I think I'm going to let that sit for, maybe overnight and see what it's like. I'm going to try to use the quick setting stuff and just glue this piece together. And maybe what we need to do is have this stuff set up and bond and be a good bond. And then we'll come back and just use that as putty. Now we got a little bit of a gap there. Get that together best it can be. Now we've got a bit of fill area we got to do. We'll let that sit. We'll come back and we'll take a look at this, and hopefully that'll be on there nice and sturdy and all set up. I still got more sprue here to cut and throw in the Sprue Goo that I'm making. It just might have to sit for a while and really turn into a gook. So we will see you in a little bit. So, here's a nice break for you. It'll be very quick for you, quite a few hours for me. All right, we're back, and it is the next day, many, many hours. So we let that stuff sit, and look what we got. We got some goo in there. I'm actually thinking you could possibly put a little more in there, but I don't know. It's kind of milky. Let's give that a shot. Let me open this up. And we got the part. Remember, we glued that. It was last night. And we're about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon the next day on Sunday. So we've got that thing to fill. So I got a little idea here. I'm going to take a little bit of masking tape here. And I am going to just cover that up. So what I can do is I can fill that up with the plastic Sprue Goo, and it won't go running out the other side. This seems to be the tool to use for doing this goo stuff. Let's see what the consistency is now. What do you think? Let me hear in the comments. You guys think I should put some more in there? It's kind of gooey, but it's kind of liquidy. I don't know. It's lighter than putty. So let's see how this would work. Let me get me a scoopification of this and kind of stick it down in there. Now the big question is going to be is how frickin' long? That's another thing where I'm not going to be real pleased with this if it takes forever. I'm going to just kind of smooth it out. Now theoretically how it is this stuff won't shrink. It filled that cavity up pretty good. We think that we got that all filled. See how that worked? It's all filled. We'll see how long it takes to set up. Let me keep this closed up and see if we got ourselves a nice concoction going here of Sprue Goo. Any of you guys who actually use the stuffed Sprue Goo that you that you honestly buy already pre-made. Let me know what your thoughts are of how this kit compares to it. And we're seeing how it's rolling. So we're going to let that sit for a while, and well, we'll come back to it, I guess. Okay, so we are back, and I only wanted to step away for an hour, but it's been a few hours. I got into some other things. So I don't know how long it took to set up. I still feel like I can dig my thumbnail into it, but I don't know. So far, not sure yet. I'm going to go ahead and try to do some sanding on it. See how it goes. One thing I noticed, it did kind of shrink and dip in there, so it would need more filling. I can tell you right now it feels a little gummy. It just seems like all that Sprue Goo I put on, just kind of gummy. No. Nope. I'm not buying it. It feels, it's been a few hours, and it feels soft. I mean, I'm taking it away, but it dipped into it did shrink and dip into there, so I would have to do some more filling and sanding. You can see some balling up and stuff. This was an experiment. There was a pretty heavy crevice there. You know what? I was going to call this quits right now and kind of go, not 100% impressed. But then again, it could be me. I would like to get your guys' opinion, or any of you that have experience doing this. Give me some tips. This is my first time trying it. I'm not really that impressed with it, but I'm going to try one more little go at filling that crease. Let's go ahead, and I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm going to go ahead and let this sit. We'll see what it's like in about an hour or so. I think you got to do some building up, which I'm not a fan of. Let's just go with that. Let's see if we can get that to where that seam is totally gone. I'm going to let it sit. We're going to give it one more shot here. I'm going to let it sit, and we'll come back to it and see how it does, okay? And I'll, I don't know. I'll probably let it sit for at least an hour or so. In the meantime, I don't know. We will see. We'll see you in a few. Okay, we're back at it again, and it's been approximately about an hour. I would say, maybe. I don't know. Quite honestly, I'm so pressed for time tonight. I just feel it shrinks in again. It's still a little soft. I don't know if this is going to work, but we got to get this video done and come up with a verdict. So let's do some sanding. It feels still a little on the soft side. It's probably loading up the sandpaper pretty good, but let's see what we get. It's balling up. See, it's at that amount of time. I really like where I can start sanding, within 10 minutes. So that's something that I'm not too pleased with about this whole idea, this Sprue glue. I'm forever in the hunt. I have always been in the hunt for the perfect body filler. I don't believe we have it yet. What I feel is the perfect body filler isn't perfect, really. It's the stuff that works the best, but it's not perfect because of the shelf life issues and the cost and the amount and the availability. Very difficult. That's that Evercoat metal glaze that I really like. I really wish I could use. If you got some patience and you can goob it up and walk away for a while and work on it, this might do the job. I'm honestly, I can't tell if that's just we can see through it or if it's a divot. I don't have any primer in here to shoot it real fast, which is a bummer. See, I still feel it. It's just, how many times do I got to fill this thing and build it up? And some just peeled out. You know what? I'm going to say not a fan of the Sprue Goo, way of doing things. To me, I don't know. Any of you guys who have experience with Sprue Goo, please talk in the comments below. Talk me off this ledge. Right now, I'm ready to jump. I am not pleased with it. I don't like it. But that could be, kind of doing it a little too early. But then again, guys and gals, I don't know. It might be just a little too early. I don't know. But I don't like to have to wait forever to be able to go back and sand. But, I don't know. I'm kind of meh about it. I might try it a couple more times on some different applications. Quite honestly, I don't know. Wasn't what I expected. But then it's still a little soft, but it seems to collapse in on itself. Doesn't hold its form too long. I don't know. It was a nice theory. Obviously, it works for people. I want to hear what you have to say. Me, I'm kind of, the jury's still out. I'm not 100%, but I don't know if I'm going to pursue it anymore. So tell me what you think. It was kind of I don't know if it was a failed experiment, but it was an interesting experiment. And I just want to see what you say. So there it is. Gooey Sprue Goo. I don't know. You let me know. I want to hear what you have to say. Well, you know what? What I have to say right now is let's just go build some model cars. Why? 'Cause they're fun. Here's the producers.